This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Nick Mason. Why are you talking like that?
Because we just recorded a video about the son of the mask.
That's right. Even though in the upcoming mask video that we do for Caravan of Garbage, we're going to say, do you want us to talk about Son of the Mask? We know that people will just make us want to talk about it, so we got ahead of it.
This is a little peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're like, hey guys, do you want us to talk about this? We've already recorded it.
We've already done it,
But
yeah.
here's the question though. What if we're like, hey guys, do you want us to talk about Son of the Mask? And the answer was overwhelmingly no. There was like, and they were like, the answer's no, and also we have like incontrovertible evidence that the producers of The Mask were like, you know, Hollywood cultists or whatever. And we're like, well, now we can't talk about it. Will we still do it? I think we would because we're rebels.
Because we recorded it.
Like
we did it already.
Like Bruce Springsteen and Obama, we're renegades. You know what I mean?
Oh, in many ways we are, aren't
Yeah.
we?
How do you feel about a lot of celebrities? They've got their podcast now. They can't get
I
enough.
love the Son of the Mask. I mean, there's a million of them, and a lot of them are just like, remember when I was in this or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like you gotta kind of do a little bit more. Good example, Lex Luthor from Smallville. He's interviewing people.
That's true.
He's doing new stuff, and you know what I mean? Like that's
Just trying to break
interesting
out of the
me.
mold of Lex Luthor from Smallville, which you've just boxed him in just there.
Michael Rosenbaum.
That's right.
He's interesting.
Yeah.
But
That's what I would call it. Michael Rosenbaum is interesting.
I'm interesting. I promise. Just give me a chance. I'm not just. I also did the movie.
Look, I've got hair now.
Yeah.
I was capable of growing the hair.
I was in the movie where I dressed as a woman. It's probably very problematic going back.
Sorority Boys.
That's that one,
He
exactly.
was also in a movie about pool, the name of which I cannot.
Sorority Pool.
Sorority Pool. Yeah.
Very good. Speaking of seeing stuff early, if you want Caravan and Garbage specifically, they go up early at bigsandwich.co.
That's right.
This week we're actually talking about, this will be, if you're hearing this, it'll be out by now, we're doing Sweet Tooth.
That's right.
It's soon to be a Netflix series, so we covered the comic, and that lined up very nicely.
I got the recent email that says, "Hey, you know, this stuff's coming out on Netflix soon." And in the one for Sweet Tooth, it was like tags, heartwarming, fun fantasy, and I'm like, either they're taking a way different direction in the TV series, which they might be, or
It's a trick.
it's a trick. Could be a trick.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. To answer your question, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, okay, that's great to hear. But yeah, it's
Here to bloody record a podcast. That's a grand time.
right. Yeah. So anyway, Big Sandwich, there's a bunch of stuff that goes up early if you do want to check it out. We're going to do the news of the week before we get into Army of the Dead, because we've got Star Wars news, Mason.
Oh, yes.
We've got Indiana Jones news. We've got Amazon/Bond news.
Whoa.
We've got Highlander news. We've got a bunch of DC stuff that's going on, and then we're getting to that thing that I said before. Leave a like if you could. Are we doing that? By the way, if you're listening on YouTube,
Yes.
there's 100,000 subscribers just quietly. It just happened.
Go on.
And thank you.
Do we get a plaque? Do we get a thing?
I guess I can put it next to the other
Can
plaque.
I have that one?
Remember, if you want.
Yes.
Remember when you went to open the old plaque?
I'm gonna drop it on the way out. Like I'll drop it on the curb. I'll be like, "Thanks for this. I'm gonna put this in my house," and I'll drop it, and it'll explode like safety glass. Like it'll like.
But jagged.
Yeah, but jagged. Yeah.
I think you opened the old one and it wasn't in there. Didn't you? You were like, oh, is this your thing?
Oh,
And you
that's
opened it
right.
and it wasn't in there. It's like, I don't know where it is.
Great.
I took it out of the box and I don't know what I did with it.
Terrific. Do you get, because you have, obviously you get one for 100,000
Yeah.
subscribers. Do you get another one for 1 million subscribers?
It's a gold one, yeah.
Whoa.
But I haven't looked into that at all. And I'm not verified on YouTube, which is apparently a thing, because every now and then people are like, you're not verified. I'm like, I don't even...
Every once in a while somebody's like, "You're not the real Mr. Sunday Movies." And you're like, "I put out 3,000 videos. But also I don't have that tick, so I guess, oh no, the imposter syndrome's creeping in. Oh God.
I don't know if imposter syndrome exists for just putting out just whatever on YouTube, if I'm honest. It's like, no, this is about my speed.
based on the insane confidence levels of some people that put out videos on YouTube, imposter syndrome does not exist on YouTube.
You might be right, yeah.
A
Anyway,
whole bunch of "it's your boy dick faces" out there.
so many of them. There's time codes if you do want to jump
Yeah,
around
great.
as well. There is every week. Collings puts them in. So you might have heard this, but Rangers of the New Republic, which is one of the Star Wars series, which was in development, was going to star Cara Dune.
Oh yes, that's right.
Of course, that all fell by the wayside when Gina Carano was fired / let go / fired. It was fired.
Uh-huh.
And that series, along with a bunch of other ones, including Ahsoka and I think whatever's happening in The Mandalorian, was going to lead into like a team-up series.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So that's no longer in active development.
Okay.
So they'll probably funnel that into something else. And
It's going to be a new series called The Mandalorian shows up expecting there to be a team up, but there isn't anything.
it's just him.
Just an empty room. And he's like, so do I just do another season of The Mandalorian, or do I?
And he turns to like the director is just shrug. I don't know.
We didn't plan for this. This has never happened before. I don't.
Put something on the volume.
Yep.
Put something on that screen. Yeah, clouds. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
It's the train coming in. It's the train coming to the audience.
Jump out of the way, Mandalorian. look out. It's a regular.
Yeah, it's
It's a future train because it's in the
yeah,
past.
It's not a it's a Corellian train. That's what it is. It's not a regular train. No, don't worry about it.
And in other Star Wars, also I wasn't super when they announced it. I went okay.
I think the 3 or 4 we're already getting.
It's fine,
probably
exactly.
enough.
So I'm just like, I want to see Obi-Wan. Everything else can go in the bin. I'm not looking forward to it, but that's the one
Yeah.
that I've been wanting to see
Yes.
since they announced that they were bringing back Star Wars. And am I building that up too much?
Definitely. It seems like you are. You're doing a lot of big hand gestures.
No, Mason.
You've got a wistful look in your eyes.
I'm going to put it up on the volume.
Your voice is going up an octave in that
This
weird
is
way.
how I talk now.
Oh, no.
This is how I've always talked.
Oh, boy.
I've been hiding it.
Yeah.
Um,
You can't wait for Obi-Wan to say his famous hello there.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
What are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Another news, Dave Filoni was made official on the Dog's Back.
Come on. Oh, you're
on-
doing it. You're doing it. You're getting the door open.
On the
Here we go.
mainline Star Wars
Oh, you're too cold.
websites,
Been outside.
that he is the executive creative director over at Lucasfilm. A lot of people are like, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy's out, blah, blah, blah. You know, everything that
The regular
there is,
stuff,
yeah.
yeah.
But then it was quickly pointed out by a variety of sources that this had already happened last summer, and this is just like they're just updating their website because he's clearly in charge of a lot of stuff
Yes.
that's been going on, including the TV stuff and the animated stuff and whatever, etc. and so forth.
Cereals.
The cereals.
Mandalorianos.
Mandalos. I don't know.
Mandos.
Yodos.
Flakes.
Manflakes.
Yep.
I'm not interested, Mason, in that.
They're low carb. Low carb man flakes.
I'm a little bit interested.
See?
I'm a little bit interested.
They're keto man flakes.
Okay. I mean, will they be good? Because most of them aren't good.
No, they're
Like,
bad. They're definitely bad.
I'll still eat them.
But they're in the shape of Mandos and Grogus.
Did you ever get like?
Marshmallow Grogus.
Did you ever get those like special cereal as a kid that's like shaped like things or like?
No.
Yeah.
All I got were just raw cut square
Cardboard.
bits of wheat.
You didn't get a fancy cereal as a kid?
I'm sure I got a Cocoa Pops or something.
Sure. Yeah. Fair enough. There you go.
A Frosties.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
what we
I've
call
ever had-
frosted
I
flakes.
don't think I've ever had them, but there you go.
You should treat yourself now, James. Should you get off your low carb and just
I'll die,
ruin
Mason.
Yeah.
I'll
Die of
die.
shock. Die of sugar-based
Yeah.
shock. Yeah.
This is via the Illuminati, though.
Get some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the worst cereal in the world that I love.
So, what do you mean? There is a Magic Spoon one of that. Which,
Nah, it wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I don't know. Maybe there
It
isn't.
wouldn't be as good because it wouldn't kill you. You wouldn't eat it and then be like, I'm so excited, and then just be like, I'm so tired.
This has killed me, actually.
I'm dead, actually.
Yeah. Do you want some Indiana Jones news?
Yes.
It's by the Illuminati. Pretty reasonable source. I
Okay.
may have said that in the past, and then that thing turned
And they
out
burned
wrong.
you.
Yeah. But there's some story details. So apparently it's going to be set. It's going to set. It's going to sit right in the 60s. 60s. And
The 60s, James.
that's what it was. It was
Oh
a
my
sexy
God.
time.
Yeah. Was it?
It's at 69.
Oh, okay. So for a brief period towards the end, it was a
It
bit
built
sexy.
to it.
Yeah,
It wasn't just suddenly sexy, Mason. It culminated.
No, I understand. Sure. All right. Well, now that this story all checks out. So continue.
So set during the 60s during the space race.
Sexy 60s.
That's right.
Oh, the space race was sexy. Okay.
Exactly. Mads
Yeah.
Mikkelsen is going to apparently play a Nazi scientist enlisted into NASA by the United States government to work on the space agency's moon landing initiative.
Oh.
Shawnette Renee Wilson, meanwhile, plays Mads Mikkelsen's CIA handler, and apparently a female villain described as an evil and brutal killer. I love the idea of bringing the Nazis back into Indiana
Sure.
Jones. Just to clarify, because they're the bad guys, not
Yes.
because I'm rooting for them.
Okay.
I feel like you need to clarify that in the modern day. You
But
know?
I feel like what maybe we're glossing over there is this approaching Indiana Jones on the moon? Is that
That's what
what's going
people
on
are
here?
saying. I think, look,
Or is it just merely a backdrop? Is this like a Forrest Gump situation where
exactly.
It's Indiana Jones versus Nazi adventures with the backdrop of the space race.
He doesn't insert himself into real world events and alter them. Like
Yet.
Yeah, exactly. But he like
Woo! We're going to the moon.
He's on the outside of the ship.
Outside of Apollo 11. Just, woo! Whipping his hat about, whipping his hat. Woo!
But
they're like, we're off course, Indiana Jones. If only there was some way to attach ourselves to that asteroid and swing around.
Woo! It's very sexy up here.
It's sexy. He's really gone native to him. He's American. What was it?
Yeah.
Part of my brain.
He's leaning into it.
Yeah, he's leaning into it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some European culture in him, but
True, yeah.
But I mean, it's like he'll meet Hitler. He'll Ark of the Covenant, but it won't affect World
He'll
War II.
Ark at that Covenant.
Yeah, but it won't affect like the timeline of real world events. So that's where it's at. Interesting.
Again, yet.
Yeah. It's going to be very sexy though, by the sounds of things.
I'm a moon vampire now. Do you think Sean Connery will come back somehow?
No, he died in the timeline and in real life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he
was
die
dead
in
in
the
the
time?
last movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They could have brought him back because they were like, you can come back because of Arcajuice. Whatever he had.
Come back as of arc juice.
Cup of
Well,
life
that's
juice.
the thing. Because what do we?
Ricky Martin's the cup of life. It just reanimates his body, Weekend at Bernie's style. Ole, ole, ole.
Thanks, Ricky Martin.
What are you doing in the 60s?
Well, he was in Menudo, which I'm assuming began in the 60s.
Sure.
What do we see of the death of Henry Jones
A
Sr.?
picture. And he
Just
goes,
a picture.
Your dad's dead and Marcus is dead.
Doesn't prove nothing.
No, I agree. But
Yeah.
again, dead in real life.
Yeah.
So,
That's
you know, maybe they can use some of that graphics engine from that James Bond game Sean Connery did.
There we go, yeah.
Bring him back
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah.
So Amazon.
Maybe Ricky Martin could do it.
He could do it.
Yeah.
He's got many talents.
Yeah.
And he's always in Australia hosting a game show panel. He's always like, that was hard or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we never see that person again he's referring to.
Because Ricky pushed him off a cliff later.
Well, they all get thrown into a volcano, I think. I don't
Yeah,
know, because they all
yeah.
disappear,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
they? Yeah.
He's like, you're going to take a trip into the cup of life, this active volcano.
So Amazon is apparently, this is by Variety,
Now that's living La Vida Loca.
in a way.
Yeah.
It talks to buy MGM for $9 billion.
Wow,
So
that's
would-
more than it was on offer for last time, I think.
Probably, yeah. MGM is constantly in dire financial straits. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
For as
yeah.
long as I can remember.
That's right.
So they've got like The Hobbit, Stargate, RoboCop, and most importantly, I guess, Bond.
Yes.
And here's the thing, though, because there's a bit of a wrinkle in that. There's skepticism that MGM's prize asset, which is at stake in the 007 franchise, can be properly monetized because the Broccoli family, who own...
The Brocks.
That's right. They have final say on everything from the film's marketing and distributions and the plans of who's going to be James Bond when, like, Daniel Craig leaves or whatever. They have...
Regardless of who owns MGM, right?
They have the creative control.
So MGM could be like, we think you should cast this person, and Amazon could be like,
Yeah.
we would prefer you to cast this person, and the Broccolis could be like, nah,
No.
There's a standoff. Zuckerberg and the Broccolis.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Is he Amazon? No, he's another thing.
Oh, the other guy, no, Bezos. There
Bezos, yeah. Doesn't matter.
we go. He's brought in Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
He's rich enough that he can hire Zuckerberg to do his
He probably
negotiations.
could. Just sweating. I'm rich, but I'm not competent.
Oh, that's
That's
interesting.
my Zuckerberg.
My Zuckerberg would have just been just a dead-eyed stare. You just bring Zuckerberg in, and he sits down at the table, and he just stares you down. He doesn't react or blink.
Yeah.
And eventually you just cave.
Like,
You're like,
what-
fine.
Why did you bring in this cardboard? Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, he's been there for 20 minutes, and he hasn't moved or said anything. Oh.
He's getting weirder, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know whether he's filling his face with something or what, but like the guy is not. He's not right.
Yeah.
The Broccolis, etc., have final say. They've also been nixing streaming shows
Yeah.
and spin-off ideas and things like that.
Yeah.
So they're kind of, it seems, very hesitant to move him outside of the cinematic universe that he exists in.
Yeah, right.
Which I think it's either a case where he could be left behind because of modern streaming and things moving to TV, or it's a good move because you're kind of keeping the purity, I guess, which is the James Bond cinema experience.
Yeah. For a second there, I thought you meant in story. Like James Bond, the man, is being left behind because of streaming. Bond, we don't need you anymore because of streaming.
Because terrorism is down. Because everybody's just glued to their screens.
And we just know where everybody is because we can tell that they're streaming at home. So we don't need you to do any more spy stuff.
Amazon streaming, by the way.
Yeah, people are loving it. They're loving it. They're loving there's a new season of The Boys.
All right,
I'll just be going then. See, this it's a shame now that people may know that for a long time there was a guy called Kevin McClory who was a screenwriter who worked with Ian Fleming on Thunderball,
Yeah.
and then he got the rights to make Thunderball, and he kept attempting to make Thunderball over and over again. I kind of wish he was still around.
Until he did.
So, he made Thunderball, and then he made
Never Say Never
Never
Again.
Say Never Again, and he tried to make it again.
Did he?
As a Warhead. Like Warhead 91 or something like that.
Really?
So this would be the perfect time. Amazon could be like, if you don't, we will just get Kevin McClory to make Thunderball again. We'll do it.
They would
It can only be about Thunderball, but we'll make it happen.
I love how interesting that is and how weird it is.
But I think because he passed away, and I think they bought it from his family, or they negotiated just before he died, or something like that.
He left it in his will. He was like, I don't even want. I'm just fucking around.
Well, he really was. It's fascinating because, like, they let it. We've talked about this before. But they brought him in as a producer on Thunderball, sort of expecting that he'd be like to get it out of his system.
Yeah.
Like, well, I've made Thunderball, so now I'll stop. And he's like, nope, gonna make Thunderball again. Because they were like, you can't make anything for 10 years, and I guess they expected him to stop. And he's like, I'm gonna make Thunderball. I don't care. I'll make Thunderball again.
He did.
Yeah.
It was. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my jumper. So he did it in '83, and then was it the early '90s? He was going to make it again.
He kept trying to make it. I think
That's fucking incredible.
oh
my god, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a
Like
legend.
not even twice did him in. He's like, I'll do another one. I'll do another Thunderball.
Probably made a lot of money off
Yeah,
it. Why
maybe.
not?
Yeah.
You know what? If I owned the rights to one of the James Bond
Yeah.
stories, I would just continually be trying to make it.
And then that's the thing, because I guess in a way, because you'd have to repeat this. It's the same storyline essentially. It's like two stolen nuclear warheads. But when you think about it, if they made another one of those now, nobody would really notice, because that's the exact Bond formula. You'd be like, of course, somebody's stealing two nuclear warheads.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do nanotechs, but it's mostly warhead.
Yeah.
What do you think about Bond on streaming though, or like a spin-off of another agent? Because they did Treadstone, and I don't know anything about it. Maybe it was all right.
I mean, there's been some recent Bond comics that are enjoyable. You could do a Miss Moneypenny.
Yeah.
Because she is in this continuity, she's kind of like she was formerly in like an active field agent.
And then they just put her on a desk.
Well, she shot James Bond, so...
He's a fucking idiot. Like, that guy, how many people has he fucking killed accidentally?
Peeps, probably.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's always like kicking a safety bolt out of a printing press, and it just rolls over a bunch of security guards, and he's like, oh, we won't see that in the paper. You killed those men, Bond. They're not all terrorists. That guy just worked here.
they were on lunch.
You can kill them when they're on the clock, but they've clocked out for lunch, so you can't. Don't do it.
Yeah, so
you could get Jeffrey Wright as
but again
Felix
though,
Leiter.
this is all ending.
That's true, yeah.
Or they could continue it with because there's a new 007. We don't know.
Yeah.
I think again they're waiting till the movie comes out.
I reckon if they get sort of series rights, they would probably adapt the comic books. Some of which are like adaptations of the old stuff, and some of which are like
sometimes
fresh ideas.
They've got robot hands.
Well, Felix Leiter has he's got a robot arm and a robot leg.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he got ate by sharks that time.
That's right. So to me, I like when we talk about Bond for an extended period of time, I often wonder, does anyone even care? Is this popular or not? Because I can never tell.
It's a mystery, right?
Sometimes it makes $1 billion, sometimes nobody sees it. I don't know. I don't know whether people like these.
Yeah.
And I think people are undecided on it as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want more news?
Yes. Speaking of, I'm gonna send you this. Speaking of MI5, I got a recent. It's on the BBC blog. It's just the article's just called Bugger, and it's about how terrible MI5 and MI6 were like over the years. Like how they've just been fundamentally incompetent for like 50 years, but it's just been like spun by like Bond films, and cool Bourne Identity stuff. Where you're like, MI6 is doing cool stuff. No, they're not. They're just chasing ghosts. And anyway, I'll send it to you.
That'd be great.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, there's one more thing I did want to say is I love how one very like bizarre family just has the rights to Bond.
Yes.
And because it doesn't really happen anymore. Like, all the corporations buy everything up.
Yeah.
And it's just, they're fucking billionaires. Like,
Yeah,
they're
that's true, yeah.
But just the idea that they're just like, we're just going to do it our way, whether you like it or not. I think that's fascinating.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyways, Deadline are reporting that Lionsgate's version of Highlander is going to be rebooted with Henry Cavill. They don't know if it's a continuation or new or whatever. But I would kind of like to see a continuation, or whatever, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. Good question.
I mean, because I know they made a bunch of stuff, and some of it is in continuity, and some of it isn't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's complicated, but and a lot of them are bad. So
Yeah. I'm just closing the door because it's fucking freezing.
terrific stuff.
It's really cold at the moment. I don't like it. And
I'm always at the perfect temperature.
It's weird. Oh, you were under the heater. I think that's why.
Yeah, that's right.
Get my legs through the door. But whenever I say it's cold, people are like, "God, living in bloody Toronto, mate." Shut up. Shut up. I'm not used to the cold. All right.
I'm actually a penguin, and I live in Arctic temperatures.
The fucking killer whale gets you. All right.
I'm actually a native of planet Pluto, so what you think of cold is actually quite warm for me. So
well, it's not a planet. It's not a planet anymore. So
I'm actually supervillain Mr. Freeze. So
you only had one good story, and then it was diminishing returns.
oh, my precious Nora. Oh, just slink back to.
He had some other good stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so Highlander. There you go.
Pretty good. I like
think
Highlander. I like
one of
that-
the John Wick dudes is doing it, I think.
Oh.
So there you go. Maybe they'll do competent swordplay in this one. Because,
That's
I like Highlander a lot,
Yeah.
but that swordplay is very like clank, clank, swing and duck.
That's the subheading in the title. Highlander competent swordplay. I would watch that.
I close the door and the dog's back, Mason. What do
right.
I even do with my life?
I'll get the door for the
All right.
dog, and then I'll close the door, and then your precious leggies won't be cold.
But the dog will want to get out again.
Here we go. Oh, you're jumping up now. Here you go.
There we go. DC stuff. Here we go.
Go on.
We got you might have seen there was a new look at a bunch of Batman stuff, including the Riddler. And people are like, this Riddler design
Oh, he's
sucks.
got a kind of a gimp mask situation.
Yeah.
Dog immediately wants to get out.
Yeah.
I'll let the dog out.
Who let the dog out?
Actually, go along.
Is that why you pointed at me then? Because you knew I was going to do that?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so it's like a Zodiac Killer thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
I know it's like odd and not the Riddler or whatever, but I don't. The dog trying to get in again?
No, I think she was just sniffing
Okay, cool. Yeah.
cocaine.
Dog shouldn't
Doesn't want
do
you to
that.
see.
And he,
That's why she keeps coming in and out and scratching at the door.
I can hear you out there doing cocaine, dog.
I'm gonna live forever.
I'm going to have to... I just have to leave the door a bit
Okay.
open so she can run in and out.
Okay, there you go, Ollie.
There we go.
All right, you're doing
Okay.
great. Yes.
She's a good dog.
When you're out, I
Yeah.
train her to do this.
Just lights of cocaine and
Yeah,
running
yeah,
it
yeah.
out. Yeah. There's a bunch of other...
What else? What else was
A
there?
bunch of others just like promo art and whatever.
Okay,
You've
yeah.
seen it, the suit and the car and whatever. It's fine.
McDonald's ad, that sort of stuff.
Jason Momoa was on the Drew Barrymore show. I didn't know.
Drew Barrymore had a show?
Yeah, there you go. Maybe it's a great podcast as well.
You know, I think I saw a clip from like the first episode.
Okay.
100 years ago.
Interesting.
And what did Jason Momoa have to say?
He said Aquaman 2 starts production in July, and he actually wrote the story treatment.
Whoa.
And then he said James Wan finished it off. So what does that even mean? I don't know. How much a year? And then Aquaman was in the ocean. He was sitting on his chair. James, here, I need you to finish my story. I'm sure he did more than that.
Jason, this is just a picture of Aquaman punching a big crab. Do you want me to... Yeah, man.
Yeah, come on.
Come on. Finish it off, dude.
So there you go. It starts in July, though. So that's happening. Good, I think.
James Wan just adds a Burger King promotion. They're like, that's perfect. And they present it to Warner Brothers. They're like, the perfect movie. You've done it, gentlemen.
Jeremy Irvine is being cast as Alan Scott. He's in Yellowstone. Alan Scott is notable because he's an openly gay DC character and the original Green Lantern
That's
as well.
correct, yes.
So they're slowly filling out that cast with multiple Green Lanterns of that Green Lantern movie. Injustice is also getting an animated film treatment.
Injustice, you're saying?
Injustice.
The video game series and comic book series.
Yes.
That's good. It's for a concept based out of a video game, good series and a lot of
But People
A lot
being
of good
killed.
stuff in there. Well, I mean, exactly. It's sort of the only downside I see to that is that a lot of the a lot of the more recent DC animated movies are kind of like, well, it's a parallel universe and everybody's getting killed. Well, you
is
wouldn't
it?
read about it.
I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen.
Apocalypse War is pretty much that. Yeah.
I wanted to see the new Man of Tomorrow one. Apparently that one's quite good.
have
Like
not
Early
seen
Days of Superman's got Lobo and he wears the goggles and stuff. Superman and Lois is back as well, which is sick. I really like that show. HBO and Cartoon Network are working on a show called My Adventures with Superman. It's a coming-of-age tale with Clark, Lois, and Jimmy Olsen as they do investigative reporting as a team at the Daily Planet. And Jack Quaid from The Boys is Clark Kent.
Huh.
So that's cool. I like that.
Okay. So how much Superman is going to be in that?
Don't know.
Right?
Some, I'd imagine.
You'd think
if he's
so.
at the Daily Planet
Yeah.
or whatever. So.
Oh, I did see a few of that. Is there an Aquaman series as well?
Maybe.
There's definitely like an Aquaman, and I saw a still of like Aquaman and Mira, and they're very much in like
In love.
well that, but also like very stylized kind of like not Powerpuff Girls, but like
Oh, okay.
like little squats,
Like a
little
Teen
squat
Titany
character.
kind of
yeah,
looking?
something like that. Yeah,
Dunno.
Okay, cool, man.
I'm excited for that though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I also
They're punching a crab. They've got a Burger King promotion.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
how
yeah.
would that burger even hold up underwater?
Oh, not well, but not worse.
Batman Caped Crusader has also been announced. It's
Yeah.
going to be executive produced by Bruce Timm, who worked on Batman the Animated Series, J.J. Abrams, of course, as from J.J. Abrams fame, and Matt Reeves.
You know me. It's me, J.J. Abrams, from J.J. Abrams fame.
I don't need to explain him, do I? He's
No.
done so many things.
No, that's
And Matt Reeves, who's playing the Epps and also a new Batman movie. Apparently, it's going to be use state-of-the-art animation techniques and technologies available to give a fresh take on the series. The show will once again reinvent Batman in his iconic rogues gallery with sophisticated storytelling, nuanced characters, and intense action sequences, all set in a visually striking world. That sounds very interesting.
And visually striking, the one character sheet that I've seen of that, he looks very much like original sort of 1940s
Original
Batman.
recipe.
Original recipe Batman.
He's holding a Burger King burger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How does that hold up when he's punching the Joker? About the same. Whatever.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
And there's some other news, which it's very complicated, but I'm just going to kind of surface, kind of cover it.
Okay.
All right. But so A-Team.
I'm ready to not understand this.
Good.
The A-Team, did you say?
Yeah, A-Team are back. No, AT&T apparently, not apparently, they have pulled the plug on their $85 billion deal, which they had less than 3 years ago with Warner Brothers. And WarnerMedia assets are now merging with Discovery. AT&T will receive $43 billion as a result of this. Just casually throwing around all that amount of money.
Not bad.
They just don't want to be in the entertainment industry. I'm assuming maybe it's because they were all harassed by the Snyder Cut vans. I don't think that's the reason.
AT&T are like, we just want to do phone and cable service that doesn't work.
We just want to cripple everybody's internet services.
Right.
Apparently, which is what they do. I don't know.
I've heard nothing but bad things.
Yeah, so there you go. I've written here, what does that mean? Probably a lot, but we don't know yet. It basically means an entire change of management. Projects will be cancelled and restarted and whatever.
Yeah.
The directions of things will shift, or they won't. We don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I guess it depends who gets to the top, and like if they're like, I don't like these DC movies, let's do something else, and then it just filters down and the whole slate gets reset somehow.
Exactly,
like It's that. It's too early to tell.
Can you be holding a crab and fighting a Burger King burger instead? What do you think?
You're the boss.
Anyway, let's do the next thing.
Okay, great.
So off the back of the announcement that Zack Snyder has confirmed that there is a Sucker Punch cut that exists. Did you hear this?
Oh, good.
Never seen it. You seen
I've
it?
also not seen it, no.
Yeah. I'd watch the cut, like another cut of it, I guess. But anyway, it's not.
Bearing in mind, it's probably much longer.
I didn't know that.
And worse?
Maybe. I did like Justice League.
Yep.
Tenfold more.
There you go.
But Army of the Dead.
That's right.
It had a limited run in theaters where it made $780,000, which isn't great, but also it was very limited and
And it was off one screening.
it's off one screening.
People
which
paid thousands of dollars.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, they just wanted to get in there.
You got to get in there.
Yeah.
But it obviously it did end up on Netflix over the weekend, where it seems to be doing reasonably well.
Number one in Australia.
That's right, which means nothing.
Absolutely
What do
nothing.
any of those Netflix numbers mean? We don't know.
They won't release it.
We don't know the specifics of them.
You know how Netflix now has that thing where it's like, just play me something. It's like the randomizer.
I
button.
hate that.
Do you hate it?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Every time I've clicked it, it's not like, it hasn't given me some obscure, Bulgarian drama from the 70s or whatever. It's just like, have you seen Shadow and Bone? And it's like, oh, the thing that's been on the front page for like 5
Oh, that's
weeks.
what it is. So it doesn't like drop you into a random episode.
No, it's supposed to.
The Commish or
I think
something.
it is. No, the Bulgarian version of the Commish.
Oh.
Das Commish. So Michael Chiklis is still in it. I don't
What?
know. Yeah, now. It came out 2 years ago.
Very strange.
Anyway, but I think it's supposed to be random, but I think it just gives you whatever's popular anyway.
Great.
Like it's a random, but it's like a very specific basket
Like,
of
do you want
random.
another serial killer documentary? Guess.
I guess, yeah.
Anyways, what do you think the story was?
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. So, Vegas, baby. Vegas.
I love Vegas,
First of all,
baby.
Vegas, baby. You got to factor that in. But it turned out there was a zombie outbreak in Vegas, which isn't very money as far as I'm concerned.
No.
Because when you think of Vegas, you think that's money, baby. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
swing time. It's money, baby.
It's money, baby.
But then there's a zombie outbreak, which is not money at all. It's
not money.
And then they wall it off,
Yep.
which is not money in any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, it's... Yeah,
I mean, it's money if you're if you're outside of Vegas. That's pretty money.
It's money.
You know, in terms of survivability of the human race.
Yes, yes.
But if you're trapped in Vegas and you're being attacked by zombies, that's
That's
not
not
money,
money.
not money at all. But then, speaking of money,
Whoa.
this guy is like, hey, Dave Bautista, do you want to go into Vegas and get some money?
And he says, is this money?
Is this money? I mean, yeah. I mean, on the face of it, this seems like money.
Sounds like money.
But maybe if we dig a little deeper, this won't be money. Yeah.
Yeah. So they...
Anyway, gets a team together.
That's right.
It goes into Vegas.
So it's a... first of all, great opening credits.
Yep.
He's really good at these opening credits.
Yeah, I mean,
Tells a whole story. You get attached to characters that he kills in the opening credits.
here's the thing. I do not disagree. I 100% agree. But I kind of think that might be the best part of the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed this.
Okay. all right.
I have my complaints, and I will get into them. But I do like the idea of a zombie Vegas heist.
I love the
The
idea.
concept
of it.
is incredible.
And I think I went back.
Maybe
to,
not a flawless execution necessarily, but yeah. Sorry.
I
go
went
on.
back to check after I'd watched it, but when I put it up on the screen, I think to start the movie, I think it said something like Ocean's 11 meets Shaun of the Dead or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not that.
No, not entirely.
Well, see, I went into this. I had seen, the trailers, and the trailer is cut mostly from the opening sequence. I think.
Yeah, like the guy with the big buzzsaw.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really use it that much in the.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I went in this like, what could be better? Vegas, which is money, obviously.
Yeah, you're right.
And a heist movie, which is money, obviously.
yeah.
And a zombie movie, which can be money or not money, depending. But it's with good production values, it can be extremely money.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be a lot different to this.
Yeah, it's pretty. It takes a while to kind of. It's a bit stretched out for one. I think that's a massive problem with it.
Yeah.
Not maybe a massive problem, but a problem. It's like 2.5 hours
Yes.
plus, which is too long. I think a lot of the familial and interpersonal relationships didn't really work for me a lot of the
Okay,
time.
sure.
So I think maybe they should have lent more into the weird zombie hierarchy and other strange stuff that's
I
going
think
on in
maybe
Vegas.
what they should have lent into was you're driving a big, Chevy with big fins on it and like no roof, just screaming down the Vegas Strip shooting machine guns.
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, that's true because there's not a lot of
Vegas.
I mean, there's zombie killing in it, but I thought I was expecting a more kind of over the top dead
Glitz and glamour.
rising kind
Yes.
of, and you do get that in the opening credits, but it's a lot of like, "Where's my daughter? Where's my
Well, see, that's the thing,
daughter?"
and again, look, I don't feel like it was a wasted 2.5 hours, and I think there are some great visuals, and the action is pretty okay, and I like Dave Bautista and stuff.
when he's running across the tables and he's like shooting
He's
zombies.
got his little glasses on. You're
I
in for
love how he's got his little glasses.
you're in for a treat when Dave Bautista's in a movie and he's got little glasses on. Blade Runner 2049. He's got his little
Stuber,
glasses.
he's got his little glasses on.
Haven't seen Stuber, but I think there are
Stuber's centered around him. He just had laser vision, so that's why he hires the Uber.
Okay, right there
Yeah.
we go. And I mean, speaking of, we get a appearance from Shades. From Luke Cage.
Yes,
Shades
yes.
is in this.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think I was expecting this to be more fun than it was.
Okay, fair enough.
And I think,
but you've seen Dawn of the Dead, so obviously,
yeah, I know, but I also feel like the setting lends itself to more fun and glitz.
Vegas, baby.
It's Vegas and it's money, but I mean, this could have been set after the first half hour. This could have been set anywhere.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think, you're probably right. It could have lent more into the glitz merged with the horror element, which is what I liked about the Queen zombie.
Yeah.
That she was this former
She was a
Vegas
showgirl of some
who's
sort,
now
yeah.
this horrible monster.
Like I want to judge this on what it is, not what it could be or what like I imagine it would be. But I think it's a real missed opportunity to put a movie in Vegas and just not use any it's just them busting into a bank vault in an abandoned town somewhere.
Yeah.
Like what's the
because a lot of
there's a white tiger stalking around, but that's
that
barely
is cool, but you don't really
barely
see it
in
that
it,
much.
you know?
But that idea in itself I really like, and that visual, half its face is kind of But I also like how they have a lot of the tropes of like a heist movie, like assembling the crew. I really enjoy. And
Tig Notaro's great in this.
The best special effect in the movie, because she was pasted over the top of Crystalia.
Oh, entirely. So those aren't new scenes.
It's all new.
That's amazing,
isn't it? I mean,
so they didn't refilm the scenes. They just put her in. That's great.
I mean, and when I think, apparently my phone's not on silent, everybody, even though it always is. I don't know, but
they can just change that now.
Yeah,
from Apple headquarters,
Oh,
they
good.
can just be like, "No, your phone's not on silent anymore."
So after all the multiple allegations and cancel culture, etc., I know. Shut up about it, everybody. But, they made a decision, which I think, given all the information that is available, was the right decision. It cost millions of dollars to do so. You can kind of notice it in points. But also, thank God, he was the character who's mostly in scenes on the roof by himself.
Yes,
because that would have saved them a lot of time and money.
It is potentially there were other scenes they cut them out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true also. I also liked in this how there is this sense of foreboding because they are going to nuke Vegas because it's just an absolute zombie wasteland. I like how they say zombie. They're not like, oh, it's the crawlers. Oh, it's the whatever. It's the
shadow people.
Exactly. None of that shit. They're just like, they're zombies.
Yeah.
I like also how, so they're going in for $200 million. Dave Bautista gets 50 and he's like, split it however you want. And for every person they meet, it just becomes a less and less.
Until they're like, 20, you do this, come in for 20 grand. Yeah. Spoilers.
We will do like heavy spoilers as well, obviously. But I also enjoyed how, the safecracker, they're like, this kid, what are we bringing this kid? He's 40. I looked him up. I was like, that guy's not a kid. That guy's older than me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I think there were like relationships that worked within the crew. I think despite not being in the same room as anybody, it's amazing that Tig comes off so well, the interplay with others. I think Dave Bautista and
his little glasses.
Yeah, his little glasses.
Great interplay.
But with his, like, the daughter stuff may not have worked, but he's got like a best mate and they going in together and they're doing the heist together. Like the guy who's friends with the guy cracking the vault and they kind of develop.
They bond over,
there's stuff
over
that
time,
I think is good. But I think, you're right. Why is a lot of this looks like it's in a Resident Evil hallway? Like that,
Yeah.
And
I have some specific logical inconsistencies I would like to discuss in
Me
spoilers.
too, yeah.
But what else is good in this? I just think there should have been more showgirls and just
You want to see a zombie Elvis or whatever?
I understand like logistically why they couldn't have done it in Vegas. Like they couldn't have set this in Vegas during the outbreak.
Yeah.
But I think that would have been more.
You also can't film in Vegas or something.
Oh, I'm sure you could replicate it with sets, but I'm just saying, like, I understand, like, logistically you couldn't do it because there'd be too many people, and you couldn't like.
Can't shut down the strip and
if
whatever.
there's and it's way easier to have them fight 100 zombies as opposed to however many million people are in Vegas, and also you can't be like for the purposes of the story you can't be like. Oh no, they're going to drop a nuke on Las Vegas with millions of human people in it.
Yeah.
While we do this heist, like you can't, that wouldn't work. So they have to set it after Vegas has already been shut down, and many of the zombies are like, this is, I guess this is a minor spoiler for the movie, but the reason when they go into Vegas for the second time to begin this heist, a lot of the zombies are sort of in a comatose kind of state.
Yes.
Because the Vegas heat has dried them out.
And they're like, when it rains, that's when
They come back to life
And I was
again, yeah.
like, that's going to be interesting. It doesn't happen. But I do love that idea, and there is more stuff coming from this universe, which I can talk about.
We'll see.
at the
Yeah,
end.
okay, yeah. So anything I say critical of this, people will be like, well, it's they're going to explain it in the prequel. I'm not watching the prequel.
I'm watching the
this
prequel.
movie.
You mean
currently I'm watching.
Fair point. Yeah, because there's some other very strange stuff in this, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But things
yeah,
like
I mean that is my major criticism. I use the setting, give us zombie showgirls and people. I want to see people running through like an active casino firing machine guns at zombies, and who's a zombie and who's just a bloody old lady, and she's wants to use a slot machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
who are the
good
real one-arm band? It's the bloody the Michelle. This guy with only one arm because he's a zombie.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think they did that in the credits. All that stuff that you're talking about was in the credits.
Cool.
But yeah, I like the idea of reanimated wet zombies are fun. I think there were some good homages to like aliens. There's even a character who's got like the red headband.
Oh, yeah,
the aliens.
yeah.
And there's like they're going down the corridor and all the zombies are kind of shut down. There's kind of like an alien hive kind of feeling and
yeah,
vibe
that's
to
tense.
it.
Yeah, there's some tension to it.
Yeah, I think the zombie hierarchy is really interesting. This has probably been done in other movies, but I haven't seen every zombie movie.
I Am Legend, I feel like shades of that.
Yeah, but I think this did it better than that.
Okay.
You know, that king of zombies who we don't really know where he comes from, but again, we can talk about that towards the end in supplementary materials and some spoilers. I liked how Larry Fong got a poster, and he's the cinematographer who's worked on Zack Snyder's stuff before. I was like, who's that guy? Oh, cool, he's done a bunch of stuff. But Zack Snyder actually did the cinematography on this, and I think a lot of it does look really good, but some of it
is blurry.
And it's like that.
I put my glasses on, my going outside glasses on, because I'm like, am I going a bit?
My Dave Batistering this, mate.
Is my vision getting worse when I put my glasses on? I'm like, no, some of these shots are quite blurry.
Well, yeah, because some of the shots felt like, that extra scene that they shot for Justice League where they're in the desert, and even though it's in the desert, it feels like they shot it in a box.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like some of this, you don't get the scope of Vegas. You get like a locked-on performance, and then the rest is just kind of muddled and blurry, and like with soft edges.
But even foreground stuff was blurry.
Yeah, you're probably right. Or your eyes don't. Your eyes don't
aren't
work.
working anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, but but there's also like every zombie movie. There's like I enjoy like people who do stupid things in zombie movies.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it's kind of a trope, and a lot of them is stuff like it's just appropriate attire. Like his daughter's just wearing like a tank top, and another guy with a big buzzsaw is just wearing a singlet or
Put
whatever.
some hockey pads on.
Exactly, tape some newspapers to your arms or whatever. But just like you wouldn't go into this environment like that. And also, I've just written here the song "Zombie" by the Cranberries.
That song's not actually about zombies. I don't know if you know this, Zack Snyder. It's about some children who were killed.
Yeah, but zombies.
They were killed.
fine.
They were killed in a bombing. I don't know, but you know what? I think because the song
There was a bombing.
there were
yes.
tanks and bombs and guns and bombs. So
Yes.
I guess in a way we're
And
the
zombies,
idiots.
yeah.
We're the insensitive ones.
I didn't mind it. I'm like, it's a bit on the nose, but
It's so
whatever.
on the nose.
But, well,
It's
yeah.
got you know what? They should have done a Richard Cheese cover of something. With their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns.
in your head.
They're dying. Oh, maybe I could be Richard Cheese.
You definitely could.
This is the second movie I've seen in a week with a Richard Cheese song because Barb and Star also has.
Does this have a Richard Cheese song?
Yeah, he does the opening.
that is
the
Richard
opening
Cheese.
medley kind
Yeah,
of vibe.
it's an Elvis number, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Barb and Star has he's in it. He's like the poolside piano player.
Ba-ba-bow. That kind of stuff?
Yeah, like Babao.
Should we do spoilers?
Yes.
People had some questions specifically about...
Best movie ever, worst movie ever.
I liked it. Best movie
I
ever.
think it's best movie. It's best movie. I didn't love it, and I think there's a lot of wasted percent. Look,
Fair.
I think my position is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Wasted potential. You put it in Vegas. Give me a.
Yep.
I'm driving a Chevy down
Yeah.
the strip. I'm firing a gun that's firing chainsaws.
I don't think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think I like Dave Bautista quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I wasn't bored, and it's a little long. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But all the things you're saying, yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it probably bothered me as much as it did you, I guess.
So bothered.
You seem bothered, Mason.
bothered.
You seem hot and flustered with
Yeah.
bother.
That's right. Anyway, spoilers for this movie.
Yes.
I have questions, but what do you got? What do you got to
Did
lead
you
off
see
with?
the robot zombie?
That'll be explained in the prequel, James.
I don't mind this. So basically, there's a moment, and I thought I maybe imagined it.
Yeah, you didn't.
Where the zombie gets shot in the face, and he's got
On, like, the casino
skin
floor.
comes off, and he's got like a Terminator skull and
Yeah.
blue glowing eyes underneath.
Uh-huh.
And so Zack Snyder was asked about this. And look, by the time this comes out, he might have just explained it in entirety, which he does. Like before Justice League came out, he's like, and there's this scene, and there's this scene, and there's this scene, and there's this
I
scene.
wonder if Zack Snyder just has a higher tolerance for fans asking questions than most.
He seems to.
Like, but
He's really.
But I think maybe he holds on because he's like, I'm digging the interactions, but I think eventually he's like, oh god, I am sick of this. All right, here's the deal: it's a robot from space, and it's going to be in the next movie. And
Yeah. So the key quote is, are they monitors that the government has placed among the zombies to monitor them? Are they technology from another world? What's happening there?
Yeah.
So there you go. So coming up, Mateus, I've looked up the pronunciation of his name. It's a German name. I'm so sorry. I even spelled it out. He plays the safecracker in this.
Yes.
He's directing Army of Thieves, which is the prequel. It's already filmed. It's coming out this year.
So he's an actor and a director?
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Which is really interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. And also there's an Army of the Dead Las Vegas animated 6-episode series, which a bunch of the cast are back for, including Dave Bautista, including Tig Notaro.
It's interesting you say pronunciation because I looked up Dolores O'Riordan's name.
Yeah.
Because she's the lead singer of the Zombie, of the Cranberries. Because I'm like, they probably, because she died quite recently.
Yes.
I'm like, that's probably how they're allowed to use it now.
Oh, right.
Like,
yeah.
because, I mean, surely it would have been used by now in something else.
Like another zombie movie?
Yes.
You might be right.
Anyway, yeah.
So the twist in this is that they're not about the money. Is that they need the head of one of the generals. So if you get bitten by the head zombie,
The alpha zombie.
you become one of his generals.
Which is like a faster zombie, smarter.
Yeah,
They can
tactical.
They
control other zombies.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And they're like, well, if we get the DNA, we can create our own zombies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's pregnant. And the thing is she's like the second thing you see when you come in.
Yeah.
So he could have just said, just go and snag me one.
Well, yeah, I mean, the
Like, why do this whole, like, do the heist and whatever when it's just like, just grab one?
There's
so many of them.
That was my first thought because, like...
I mean, maybe he'd be like, I'm not doing that because I don't want to unleash this on the world.
They could have been like, hey, listen, we think that they're going to blow these zombies up, but we think there's a cure for cancer in this.
Yeah,
like
okay,
we
yeah.
could, we can heal all the wounds in the world because these zombies are still alive and they should be dead or whatever. I mean, you're right. Like his choice is if they didn't send him in with cross purposes, they could have done this
in a minute,
in 1 minute, and they would. And like.
Because also when they do snab the queen, nobody's there.
Yeah, exactly.
They just do it.
Yeah. And they could have they were literally like 50 feet from the door. They could have just taken the zombie. And that's the thing. Like Tanaka, who's the guy that hires him, is like, okay, we need you to go in and get this money.
So money, baby.
It's very, very money. But we're also going to send in this guy who you don't trust, who's going to throw you off.
Yeah.
He's going to throw you all off your game. And he's going to betray, and he's there like betraying people and getting them killed.
Yeah.
And it's like, surely you would want this to go off
without
a hitch.
Because they are also protecting you. Like the more of you there are, the better it is. Yeah. He's good in Sarah Connor Chronicles.
It's true. He's Cromartie.
Yeah.
And
it's good when he gets his head mashed by that tiger.
Yeah. And I mean, a thought that I also had was like, couldn't you just fly a helicopter in with like a harpoon on it?
You can't fly in, it's a no-fly zone.
No, but...
do it anyway.
But that's the thing, because Dave Bautista gets off the phone with Tanaka and he's like, all right, I'm in. And then Tanaka turns around and there's all the military generals there.
Yeah.
And they're all like, good, we're all on board with this. The only reason it's a no-fly zone is because the military don't want you in there. So if the military are on board with all this shenanigans, they'd just be like, just let one in and be like, we're doing a final flyby just in case there are civilians in there before we blow this place up. And then just shoot one with a harpoon and drag it out and then get the DNA and then just dump it back in and it's done.
Yeah, that is true.
Like 1 minute.
Maybe they didn't like Dave Bautista.
They wanted Dave Bautista to be dead.
And people have also made the complaint that his daughter just got everybody killed.
Yep.
Really, because she went in looking for one particular or one group of people and they got that one person. Everybody else is murdered.
But didn't she die as well?
Maybe. And I think she was still alive.
In the helicopter crash?
I don't know.
I think everybody died in that helicopter crash.
Oh, really?
Except for her. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, that didn't really... These are thoughts I had during the movie, but I was just I don't care.
Also, here's another thing, James.
Yeah.
James, if I may.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Tanaka goes, hey, I need you to crack this safe.
Yeah.
It's got the $200 million in it. It's protected by some non-lethal traps. And then it's like poison darts and a machine gun and a something else. A
smashy wall.
Smashy wall. What if they all... Like
if
they all walked into it, except for maybe the one guy who's on Tanaka's team, they're all dead and he's got nobody to protect him. Like what? You would probably
He can't get the helicopter. He was going to kill the pilot? I don't know.
Yeah. But then he's got no one to help him get the there's no one left on the team to...
Yeah, it shouldn't matter to him. He shouldn't be actively killing people.
Yeah,
makes no
he should
sense.
be like... Tanaka should have been like, there are some traps, like a machine gun.
Yeah.
So you watch out.
Also, this is the combo because it's my safe.
Yeah, yeah. You don't actually need a safecracker because that's my building. Yeah.
I also found it a bit bizarre that it was all nuked, and then the guy who was in the safe managed to get out of the safe.
Why don't you all get in the safe?
Well,
They should have
even
all
then,
got in the safe.
I don't think that safe would have opened. And if it did, you'd be dead from nuclear radiation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Because of the bomb that hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly,
I thought initially that guy was going to be like he was going to go for revenge against Tanaka.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I thought that's what, because I'm like, he's scoping out a private plane. Maybe that's Tanaka's private plane. He's going to blow it up. I thought that would be more interesting, but I guess we've got to have a sequel set in Mexico City or
South
whatever.
of the border, exactly. Did you see
South of the border? Richard Chase is back.
Did you see Zack Snyder came out this week and he was asked about like his movies are often said to have like a right wing message, and he was like, "I'm left wing." He's like, "I vote Democrat, and that's who I am." And a lot of people are like, "Oh, we don't like this."
Well, I think not to get too far into it, but I think he is an objectivist libertarian.
Oh, yeah, I cannot argue with that.
But you can be left-ish and be that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but he was talking about how like he's all about empowerment and like representation and things like that. So yeah, I just think that's really funny how a lot of people maybe don't like that about him.
Also, I have a note here. There's a guy on the team who's like a YouTube trick shot guy.
Yeah, I liked him. And his hair.
Doesn't do any trick shots.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do any trick shots.
It's even in a scene where doing some trick shots specifically would probably have helped out a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's a scene where I think it's his friend, like, is being swarmed by zombies. And I'm like, oh man, this would be the perfect opportunity for him to do like a bunch of triple headshots or whatever and rescue her. And he's just like, nah, I'll shoot that petrol tank.
Yeah, and he also
which anybody could have done.
He also didn't seem bothered by it afterwards.
No,
like that really affected him. Then he was like, let's all have fun with this, all right?
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been more interesting as well, like if like the zombie headquarters, instead of being like in a weird dirty pool, it is surrounded by that. Not pristine, but like nearly pristine kind of glitz and glamour going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I know obviously there would have been wear and tear like they show in the movie, but yeah, I think you're right. Like that heightened version of like Ocean's 11 Vegas.
Yeah,
might
I
have
was
been
expecting
cool.
Elvis zombies out the wazoo.
Do you think maybe if you set it at night or it goes into night, that would have been more because everything lights up and the strip suddenly?
Oh yeah, that would be
neon
cool. Yeah,
because Vegas during the day is very different.
Yeah,
outside at least.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Inside it looks exactly the same no matter what
that's
time of
true,
day it is. Yeah. So what do you think about the zombie giving birth to a zombie or whatever? And maybe it's an alien. Who knows?
Yeah. Look, we'll find out in the prequels and sequels, won't we?
Do you think it's an alien virus? Because
they
they mentioned it up top, Area 51 and whatever, and what they're transporting.
I'm going to say it's going to be an alien virus because it seems to me that the people making this seem to think it's a very original concept and it's not. Like they're like, this is going to blow your minds when we reveal what it is, and it's like, oh, you mean like in Marvel Zombies, how it was aliens?
Well, and also The Walking Dead was originally pitched, like not really, but just to get it through as an alien virus. That's how he got.
I think there have been a bunch of zombies things where it's like, it's a
came
virus
from
from space.
Came from a comet or whatever, and so I guess he was the guy to open it or whatever. I assume. I don't know, but yeah, so
some sort of punk rock show.
Yeah, but
my cape will protect me.
Yeah, I like that. How he's got the helmet and he's the staff and that. I think that's all really cool.
I enjoyed the part where they were like shooting at him and they couldn't get him because his helmet was on, and then he took the helmet off and they're like, well, time for a fist fight.
Let's fight this.
Maybe shoot him in the head now.
I'd shoot him so many times that guy wouldn't even know how many times he'd been shot because I'd shot him so much.
And he'd be dead.
He'd be dead.
Can't count when you're dead.
And they all die if you shoot the main one, isn't it?
Is that true?
I'm thinking of Frankenstein's. That's for all you Frank heads out there, mate.
That's right.
Got some tweets here from people who saw it.
All right.
It's from I Watch Stuff says, Army in the Dead is through and through Snyder. Great characters, performances, beautifully shot scenes, but he tried jamming every version of the story into one movie, and I was left wondering, where did that come from? about plot points more than zombies. Jonathan says, I'm angry at how bored Army of the Dead made me. It squandered its only good idea, zombie hierarchy. I definitely don't think that's its only good idea, but each to their own.
Name another good idea.
This Vegas thing, the
Vegas,
heist thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was terrible in it. Ugly to look at too. Garbage, pure shit.
Whoa.
And Bill said, this
Wow.
is to you specifically, even though it wasn't a minigun, did Wikipedia Brown, you
me.
appreciate this, 50 cal turning a zombie into liquid in the opening
Yeah, that was
credits
really
of
good,
Army of the
actually.
Dead.
That was
Yeah.
very impressive. Because, again, they, like a human body, even a zombie body, they rarely commit to somebody being fully machine gunned.
Good
and
stuff.
they really did.
But-
that's what I was going to say. But with regards heists, I feel like, and again, like you can do however you want, but I feel like the fun of a heist is either one, everybody gets away
Yep.
and they're rich,
Yep.
or they all, or maybe there's one sacrifice or something like that. It's
Yeah.
like, go on without me. Or everybody gets away penniless, but they're like, what an
What fun.
experience.
And this
cunt.
was neither.
This was neither. Everybody died. It was bad. It was sad.
It was sad.
Nobody even got, it's not like they even it's not even like the father and the daughter got away and they had, I mean, I guess he had
He had his
20 grand
moment.
in his pocket or whatever.
And he had his moment of like, oh, do you love me? She's like, yeah.
As soon as the helicopter landed, I'm like, I'm going to say with absolute certainty, the first thing he's going to say is about like the food truck.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, lobster rolls. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it.
But he wasn't going to do it,
I
was
do
he?
like lobster rolls though.
But he got bitten, so he couldn't have done it.
No, he
was
couldn't have
just
done
saying
it. No, he should have been like, you know what, brains rolls.
Do you get it?
We can make brains rolls.
I'm dying.
I'm zombies eat brains, so that's what I am now. So
Yeah.
yum. How about my daughter's brains rolls? I'm gonna eat them up. I'm gonna eat them daughter's brains rolls.
I'm just kidding. You need to shoot me.
Yeah, you should shoot me right in my head. Shoot me in the head.
Yeah, so, but I guess it would have the next one will have to lean into the sequel, that is, that
Yes.
that guy doesn't kill himself on the plane, which you would
Yeah.
do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you would do, but does he have a gun? Or it's probably a knife on the plane or
Yeah.
something like that.
Or just be like, lock me up because I have a virus and
Yeah.
I have the zombie virus. Because people would be like, oh, that zombie virus,
Maybe
yeah.
he stays in the toilet.
Yeah,
He was in the toilet, so maybe
he couldn't get out.
the next movie is just 2 hours of him in the toilet.
Hello? I'm not a zombie yet.
Actually, I actually didn't change. I think this was maybe just a regular dog that bit me.
Or a regular person?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I got out of that vault when I got nuked.
It's amazing. I just walked through Las Vegas.
He carried a lot of money too. That would have been
Yeah.
really heavy.
And probably his limbs are melting off as well
Yeah.
because of radiation poisoning.
But if you hold like a ream of paper, it's very heavy.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
For the,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Some people, maybe that's not that heavy. I don't know.
Maybe,
Some
yeah.
people are strong.
Some people are emailing right now. Actually, my job is I actually move reams of paper in an office. So,
Actually doing it right now?
I'm doing it right now. Yep. And texting with my other hand. That's right. I can lift a ream of paper with one hand.
Speaking of end of the world and et cetera and so forth, we are going to do A Quiet Place 2 next week.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
right.
if people want to come back for that. But yeah, that was our review of that movie we watched.
That's right.
I thought it was all right.
It was all right too.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Again, if you got Netflix, it was free. So
Yeah, what do you think of that?
yeah, pretty good. Not bad.
Mason, it's technically not free because you're actually paying for a subscription service.
No, I'm actually stealing off your account. Person emailing in, I've gotten your details and I'm using your account. So it's free for me.
That's pretty lucky for you.
What I've done is I've made my account and I've called it Add New User, and my icon is the plus. I've made my icon the little plus sign, so it looks like.
You could add 2 new users.
That's right.
Incredible. There we go. It's time for the next segment of the show. Do you know what it is?
Oh, is it what we're reading?
Yes.
What are we going to read?
Yes. I'm doing the thing. Westworld. Westworlding it this week, aren't we, Mason?
really are.
For
You
what
better
we're
believe
reading.
it. Yeah,
This
that's
is where
right.
the segment of the show where we talk about things we read, watch, to listen to, whatever. I watched the first episode of MODOK on Disney Plus.
I also watched the first episode of MODOK on Disney Plus because in Australia, on Star, we only get the first episode, whereas I understand it in America on Hulu, we get they've gotten every episode. So
I don't like
we're,
that.
yeah, it's a real horses for courses. You know what I mean?
I was very much like, this feels like it was just finding its groove, and I would have liked to continue this. It's pretty good. What do you think?
I thought it was fun. It's a different take on the classic Marvel villain of MODOK.
Yep. Patton Oswalt is MODOK.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just trying to take over stuff and whatever, but corporate hierarchy.
And I guess somehow I skipped this, or I didn't know it. It is real stop motion, which
Yes,
I
it
thought
is.
was.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that. But then I saw some behind the scenes stuff.
Good
I'm
stop
like,
motion, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
It's quite good. That's harder, I think, in a lot of ways. But also,
Yeah.
computer animation is also hard.
Yeah,
Mason.
that's very true, actually.
So just so you know.
Just letting you know, guys, I'm emailing in. I'm both a visual effects guy and a stop motion guy, and they're both equally as difficult.
Guess what? We've got your Netflix account.
That's right.
Took it.
That's right. We took it while you were doing both your jobs. It's fun. It's
Yep.
again, it's probably not for kids. It's a little bit rude.
Nah.
And there's some limbs being blasted off and
Blood
so forth.
and death
Yeah.
and whatever.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And what else are we doing? Anything else?
No, I mean, my phone. Now my phone torch is on. I'm not liking this.
You've
Lost my mind?
you've become a dad. You've become full dad.
I have, haven't I?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
was just looking for my keys. I dropped them. My phone torch. I don't know. That's all. I have another podcast called Suggestible.
Go on.
Right, with my wife where we talk about things. Who might be coming on for Quiet Place 2 next
Because
week.
it's a family drama.
Family drama.
And you were recently attacked by big monsters that are very
true.
good at hearing.
Bloody kids, am I right?
Yes?
Yeah.
You are, yeah.
They can hear everything.
Okay.
And they remember things you don't think they'll remember.
Such as?
Well, this morning, because we were going today, we were going out to do a thing, and I was packing the lunches for everybody. My son was like, "Can we have a buckle gun battle? Buckle gun? It's like Pokemon
vaguely,
or whatever.
yeah.
It doesn't matter." And I'm like,
I only know it from other conversations we've had where you mention your son's love of whatever this is. Are they like Beyblades?
no, they're like little Pokemon, and they battle
Okay,
and whatever,
alright.
and they roll into a little ball.
Huh.
Anyway, but yes, they're also like Beyblades.
That's
To
what I
answer your
thought.
question.
That's what I thought.
And I'm like, I can't right now because I'm packing. But when we come back this afternoon, first thing we do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the car, I'm like, on the way back, I'm like, man, I'm so tired. I'm just going to lie down for a minute when we get home. And my son was like, hey, remember, we're going to have that buckle gun battle when we get
Yeah,
home. And
nice.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you got me. But then it turned into a wrestle. He's like, let's just wrestle. And I'm like,
Nice.
let's wrestle. I like
Nice.
wrestling.
And then you get him in the choke, and he's out, and then you just go, you have a nap.
We both have a nap.
Yeah, terrific.
Anything else you're reading?
No, that's...
You watch any buckle gun?
No, oh, it's a cartoon as well. Of course,
Yeah.
of course it's a cartoon. No, a lot of YouTube. I'm watching that Toy Galaxy that I mentioned.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I learned just today's episode, or the most recent episode, Disney owned like all the Power Rangers stuff for a couple of years.
Did they?
And then they sold it back.
Why?
I don't know.
They didn't sell
But it's
anything.
madness. Like Saban, who used to own Power Rangers, sold it to, or they sold it to Fox. Disney bought Fox, and then Saban just bought it back from them. And Disney are like, okay,
Wow.
isn't that, yeah.
That's nuts.
They don't give up anything. I don't understand. Does Saban have something on the mouse?
I don't know. Did you think it's... I mean, now they wouldn't give it back.
No.
Because they just help... But I'd be... If
This
I...
is quite recent though. So this
Oh,
is
is it?
This is after the after Disney purchased Fox.
If I was Disney, I'd be stressed. I'd be like,
'Cause
we've
there's too
got
much
too
stuff.
many things going.
yeah,
We've
yeah,
got spinning
yeah,
too
yeah.
many plates.
You'd keep forgetting you had stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of videos a week, and I'm it's flat out, mate.
They'd be like, "What are we doing with that Die Hard sequel?" And they'd be like, "I don't know. We own Die Hard. Seems a bit rude for us. I don't know. Should we put him in Kingdom Hearts? Should we put John McClane in Kingdom Hearts?
Why not?
I don't know.
Which version of John McClane? The bald John McClane? No, obviously
Widow's
not.
Peak, John McClane.
Isn't
and
he in-
they go to the Nakatomi Plaza realm.
Isn't it? Isn't he in Call of Duty or something coming up? Or
Oh,
whatever?
maybe.
Or Modern War? I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Whatever. Anyway,
Anyway, let's do the next segment.
I agree.
The letters segment.
The letters
Got a
segment.
theme.
I love to look
Classic
themes.
one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
We're going to hear right now. We're going to do letters.
I'm getting messages from my crypto group that crypto's over for this year. It's crashed. It's in
It's
the toilet.
over?
Yeah, it's just in the toilet.
But it's only
we're
May.
in a bear market, Mason.
That's bad?
I don't know. Yeah, it could be.
Terrific.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at my my money that I put in.
Okay.
And I'm just back to square one. I'm just
Terrific.
exactly where I was when I started.
Wow.
So I just wasted months of my life.
But James, obviously though, you're not back at square one because you also thought about it for months.
I did.
But you've done nothing but think about it for months. So that's something, isn't it?
That is something, to be fair. Yeah, that's
yeah.
really exciting for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. And the rainforest burned down. I don't
Did
know
it?
if you- yeah.
I don't have any in the rainforest burning down crypto.
Okay, all
Just to
right.
clarify.
Okay, all right.
Just to clarify.
Okay.
I'm not going to name which because I don't want anybody to buy anything. I don't want to influence anything.
Okay, but what about that shed full of video cards you got out there?
Don't
that's
even
on
look
fire?
at that, Mason.
It's on fire, though, isn't it?
It's unrelated.
Okay,
That's a
cool.
separate, independent project that I'm working on.
I'll burn all the video cards. You're gonna break the Guinness World Records for burning the most video cards.
So in the letter segment of the show, people write in and they go, "We got a letter for you," and we say, "Lay it on us."
Yeah, lay it on us, baby.
That's right. So
this is so money, we say.
we've got an audio letter.
That's right.
The machine is having a bit of strife at the moment, so I might just play it out loud so
Okay,
you can
great.
hear it.
I love
and then
it.
if it doesn't come out, Collings will put in the
Terrific.
the other version. But
All right,
I think
nice, let's do it.
it might be all right as is. Here we go. Can't believe crypto's over. That's crazy. This is
Like the
from-
planet crypto exploded.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
All the scientists warned you. They were like, the planet's going to explode, man. And you're like, nah.
I don't believe you.
Nah.
This is from Marcus.
Elon Musk said the planet wasn't going to explode. I trust him, actually.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, James and Meso, this is Marcus from Sweden. I was just thinking, and maybe you've already talked about this, but since MCU Thor has its roots in Scandinavian and mainly Norwegian mythology, shouldn't he be speaking with like a Norwegian accent instead of that Shakespearean accent he's doing now? So more like, I am Thor, the god of thunder. This is my hammer Mjolnir. Have you seen my wicked brother Loke? Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for a fantastic podcast. Take care from Sweden. Bye.
It's a very valid point.
It is
but I think
valid,
people would be like, this is silly. These
Sure.
movies are serious and
Yeah.
this is too silly.
What if
People can't accept that.
What in a future What if in a future movie he takes a really solid shot to the nuts and he just starts speaking in
doing that.
in Norwegian and people like and he's like, I've been doing a fake Shakespearean accent for oh my god, oh this hurts so much.
I'd love to do the accent, but I feel like people would just be, it sounds like we're making fun of it. But
Yeah.
it's just we can't do it.
I mean, we don't know for sure that this gentleman isn't
Don't know.
making fun of his countrymen there.
Exactly. So that's exciting. It's exciting. But no, do you think that's something they'll ever lean into? Because they haven't at all.
No.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even really do it in Vikings, do they?
No, you know what? Maybe they would do it if they did like a flashback. I think they would do it as a goof.
Oh, do you think it's like era dependent?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, he was, in Thor.
And then
which-
Loy was from the past, wasn't he, or whatever?
Yeah. I reckon if they did like maybe a flashback, 1,000 years in the past, he would be doing that. But then they would probably undercut it with somebody being like, why are you doing that? You're not from Norway. You're from Asgard.
Yes.
Kind of thing,
And he'd be like, yeah, I am. Bro.
Well, this is awkward.
This is Thorkwood.
Oh, that's his catchphrase. I love it.
Good stuff all around. You got any
Yeah.
more tweets or
I've
emails?
got all kinds of emails.
Got some here as well.
This is from Jennifer.
Hello.
She's written Marvel characters unworthy of an action figure.
My
Hey,
God.
James and Mace, I was listening to the pod from a couple of weeks ago and heard you guys discussing action figures and collecting. I actually collect action figures myself, see attached photo, and was wondering what you two think is an MCU character who does not need an action figure. I asked because Hasbro recently revealed a Happy Hogan figure and I bought it.
Oh, what do you got?
That's
Let's
from
see it.
Jen, Piers can be the action figure collecting trans girl of the podcast.
Let's do
Absolutely,
it.
you may. Here's the collection. It's a little. Oh
my goodness.
They're color arranged as well. It
Yeah,
seems.
too.
I think the
I've opened some weird documents thing. Hang on. I don't know. It's gone.
Okay.
But I did see it. So from Jen. I'll look in the email
Jen,
myself.
yeah, good question. I feel like I guess there's nobody who in the Marvel universe that is completely unworthy of an action figure. But
That's probably true.
But you don't want to make somebody an action figure and then it doesn't sell.
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
that is the key.
Jen with a G or a J?
Jen with a J.
Okay.
I think if you were like if you did one of actor DC Pearson who is in the Apple store in Captain America, Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
and it sold like 2, I'd be like, I feel bad for that guy.
I love all the little posy arms they've got on it. But I think
Right.
there's enough. I think going into that, DC Pearson would know, like, this isn't going to be gangbusters.
This is a goof.
for collectors
This is a goof.
and whatever.
Yeah, I guess
you
that's
know what
probably
I mean?
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's some good stuff here, man. Look at that. That's real. Even got the portal in the background.
There's a giant man.
Yeah. Did you see the portal?
Yeah.
It's made a portal there.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, where's the giant man? Oh, he could be gianter.
Maybe, yeah.
I think he's just a hot toy.
Yeah, I think he's a hot toy. I think he's just a big Ant-Man.
Because how big do they make him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, no shade. No shade. I'm not saying, you've done the wrong thing here.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's probably the biggest one you could get.
But I would say 100% Happy Hogan deserves an action figure.
Yes.
You know what it is?
Yes.
They have to be in an action sequence, I
Oh,
think. And Happy
okay.
Hogan's been in an action sequence. I mean, not in a huge major role, but like he's chucked the Iron Man briefcase around.
That's-
He's been on the plane in Spider-Man
he
Homecoming.
blew up in that explosion.
He was killed, probably.
Yeah. Remember that explosion he was in Iron Man 3? What about Stan Lee? Never been in an action sequence.
He was in the scene on the train with Captain Marvel. So
All I'm saying
Yes.
is get rid of the figure. Just get rid of it.
get rid of Stanley.
Get rid of it.
Dump Stanley. All right.
Yeah. I bet there are...
Old lady Skrull.
Yeah, you-
Switch on the back.
Yep.
Push the button. Head spins round. Skrull
yeah.
face.
There's already all the Black Widow figures out as well. I'm looking at this here. That's interesting. Someone's who I didn't even know about. Oh, there's Deadpool in there.
Oh, does Wong have an action figure?
Wong would have to have an action figure.
Wong had better have an action figure.
Anyway, like you, who are like, it's good that these exist. I'd seeing this, I'm like, I'm glad somebody's collecting all these. That's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
And they've got little arms. She's put little arms on them, so the flying ones are flying or
Yeah.
jumping.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Nice.
I know it.
All right, I got one more email. This is from Finley. Just says thank you.
That's it?
Greetings, James and Meso from the dreary, damp island known as the UK. I've been listening to the podcast since 2019. It's been an absolute blast listening to all the brilliant banter and James's seemingly never-ending spiral into deeper and deeper madness.
Thank you very much.
That is a trend going on there. The podcast, along with some good cups of tea, have cheered me up all throughout secondary school and the stress that comes with exams and especially the lockdown period. I've now finished my time there and will hopefully be moving on to a college animation course after the break ends.
Very good.
So it is my personal thank you for all the laughs you've given me over these past few years, as they have been much appreciated. Keep up the good work, mates, and never stop the argument over which one of you is attracted to cartoon animals. It's James.
That's what it said in the email?
Yeah, and that's from Google, so you know it's official.
Like Google sent this
No, Google's added it in Gmail.
in your
you know-
Gmail because it thinks it's to you.
Cheers, and if I may ask, could be the official stereotypical tea-drinking Brit of the pod. We might have one of those already, but you've asked now, so
Yeah.
superseded.
If you're the other one, right
you're
in.
out. Yeah, right.
Or you're out, whatever.
yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, admit defeat if you want.
Yeah. Also, like, people come in and out of this podcast, so who knows
true.
who hears what at
Yeah,
any point
yeah,
in
yeah.
time, you know what I mean? Got something here from C Ray who says, #Weekly Planet Pod. That's how you find us on Twitter. I find me specifically. I want to search every week. Even though most of us can discern real life from fantasy, are there any actors who've been effectively ruined for you by a particular movie role? Best pod ever, as always. Cheers. For me, it's actors in real life I don't like who have done like bad stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And then
that
I'm
is, yeah.
like, I don't want to watch a movie with you in it.
Yeah.
So that to me, but I don't think there's any role where, like, I know Eddie Murphy has done like The Clumps or whatever.
Sure.
But there's nothing where, first of all, I've never seen that.
Okay.
But or Norbert. I meant to say Norbert, but
Okay,
also
yeah.
The Clumps,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But like,
Meet Dave.
yeah, it doesn't ruin because I'm like, I also know he's good in things. So
Yeah, you don't watch him in Dolomite Is My Name and be like, that guy's a robot spaceship.
yeah.
Meet Dave.
Meet Dave, exactly. But what about you? It's when I was just like, oh man, that's really bad, and I can't.
No, I mean, I think it's more. You're right. It's more of a bad person thing. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think even like even if you're a big time movie star, I think it feels like sometimes it's completely the luck of the draw whether the movie you're in is good or not.
Yeah.
You don't really have any control. It might be a good script, it might be a good director or whatever, but it might be ruined in editing. It might be
Yes.
bad special effects. It's a lot of the time it's kind of out of your hands. Or you signed on to one script and then they changed it all and it sucks now. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Or are we talking about more like somebody is so defined by a particular role that you can't see them as anything else?
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah.
Okay.
What C Ray is saying.
Well, let's think of some big time actors. Would you?
Chris Reeve,
Okay.
like in another role.
No, I would love to see him in another role.
I mean, he's dead, obviously. But
Yeah, it's a
like,
bit late now.
And he did do other
yeah.
things. Yeah.
And what about a Chris? What about any other Chris's? Like a Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah. I mean, that being said, like, other than his comedy roles, there's not really another movie
not a
where
lot,
I'm
yeah.
like, I really love him in that Moby Dick movie or whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about a Chris Evans?
He's good. I really like him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the fact that he was Captain America didn't ruin his role in Knives Out.
No. Well, Ben.
I mean, he worked against type on that. So,
That's right. Ben mentioned how he watched Sunshine the other day, which has Chris Evans in it. And that movie was the reason why when he got cast as Captain America, I'm like, that's fine. That's actually really great. So, no, genuinely.
I'm laughing, actually.
I'm actually-
That's fine. That's really great, actually.
But no, he's really incredible in that movie.
Yeah.
And if I had have seen maybe just Fantastic Four, I'd be like, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
also, and Cellular, which I think is a pretty underrated
Yeah.
speed-esque movie.
Well, he's
good.
He sort of got typecast into being. He was kind of smarmy asshole for a while.
Yeah.
He was Johnny Storm, and he was in
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, and he was in one of the Not Another Teen movie. He was in that as well.
Yes, which was like his breakout.
Yeah,
kind.
yeah.
But even like if you saw Scott Pilgrim, he's so good in that.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to be a good actor to make that as good as that is, you know?
Does he have plucked eyebrows in that? Does he have like they're very aggressively...
Maybe they've, I don't know, filled
painted
them in
onto
or whatever.
yeah.
I don't know. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Who else? Let's see.
I think it's more of a bad people thing, but
Yeah. That's interesting, though. It's from I Watch Stuff, actually, from another tweet from earlier. How long do you think the concept of canon will keep being relevant? It's basically fans ceding control of what's real in fictional universes to giant corporations at this point. Does it matter, and will fans care about it for much longer? Yes. People will care about it until the end of time.
The culture has become everything must be canonical.
But does it matter? No.
No, it doesn't, no.
You just lie. I just don't watch or read the things that I don't like.
It's interesting because I feel like there must... I think there will... There's sort of a... Corporations, I think, probably believe that there is a shelf life to continuity. Like, because for people who don't read DC comics, for example, they will reset their continuity fairly regularly, like every 10 years or even more frequently. I think it's because they're like, well, we don't want to alienate new readers. We don't want them to come in and be like, I don't understand. Superman and Lois are married. That can't be right because I saw that in a cartoon. They weren't married, so we've got to reset it so they aren't married anymore, kind of thing.
A magic genie made it so.
But I think that alienates longtime readers. But I think they are more like, well, we got to get the kids. The kids spend their disposable income. They spend their pocket money on all this stuff. So I'm wondering. I wonder if Marvel has an expiry date on their continuity.
Yeah.
And I think if they ever reset the Marvel universe, they would probably do it in continuity.
Okay, sure.
Because if they would just like, we're getting rid of it all and we're just going to do a new Iron Man and a new Thor and a new Captain America, all new actors, blah, 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 I think people would be super mad about it.
Yeah.
But I think if they were like, Eternity shows up and resets the universe in a big, dramatic finale, and then we get a restart, I think people would be... Not everybody would be okay with it, but I think in story like that that's like when they did the Star Trek reboot.
Yeah.
They very cannily went,
Yeah.
this is the same Star Trek universe, but due to some sort of time travel.
Eric Banner did this.
Eric Banner
Blame Eric Banner.
Eric Bananigans. various Bananigans. The timeline has been altered, which is why it's kind of faster paced and cooler and newer actors. Because the timeline's been altered, but the old stuff is still there.
Yes.
It's just in a parallel timeline.
I
think people are okay with that.
They've all got strange powdered old man wigs in that universe or whatever's
right,
going on in that one. But this one, they're all slick dicks.
That's right.
In this universe.
Bunch of slick dicks over there, yeah. I don't know. I wonder if... Yeah, because,
I think you're right. I mean, also, if they did a canon reset and it was... And people liked it.
Yeah.
In continuity.
Yeah.
But if it was bad, then with comics, when they do a bad one, people jump up and down. And then they change it back.
Because, obviously people really enjoyed Iron Man.
Yeah.
And, he's become sort of a cultural fixture of that universe.
He's famous.
Well, he's fine. But it prior to the MCU, he was kind of a B-list character in the comic books. Which is why he is in this. But I wonder if the subsequent, like the new phase of characters, like your Ms. Marvels and your new Hawkeye and all those characters, if they capture the public imagination as much as the previous generation do, I think it gives the universe enough juice to just keep going. Yeah. But I think if this new stuff comes out and people kind of lukewarm on it, they might do a reset at some point.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
But if the new who's coming up next? The Ms. Marvels.
Your Black Widows.
Your Black Widows, yeah.
Spider-Man again.
Doctor
Strange.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Well, yeah, there's an example. There we go. Like, if your Shang-Chi does well and is seamlessly integrates new hero, maybe they put him on the Avengers, then we just keep it going. But if people are like, ooh, this doesn't have the spark of the old stuff, maybe Disney will be like, new Iron Man, we're restarting the continuity.
I think they're going to do that anyway. I think they're going to reintroduce a bunch of new characters, which they're doing, and then they're going to be like, and now Iron Man and Captain America are back, or whatever. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it makes money.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why they're doing this?
No, they're doing it because they love Star Trek universe. Both
Cool,
of them.
man. Yeah, nice.
The ones with the powdered wigs and the slick dick universe.
Wow. What if they teamed up? Can you
Man.
imagine? Yeah.
So slippery. I got one more here from Matt,
ready.
the Pharaoh Wizard. Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. That's how you reach the show on Twitter. Hey guys, now that movies are coming back, do you prefer doing movie review episodes or did you like more topic episodes like you did last year? I like both. I like fluctuating between the two. I don't like it when everything is coming out all the time and we just do it week to week.
That's annoying for us.
Yeah.
But I feel it's also like because not everybody can get out to the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, movies are expensive.
Yep.
We don't want to be like you won't be able to listen to this episode if you haven't watched the latest thing at the cinema. So I like a mix of both. Yeah,
Me too. I like a mix of both.
like a mix of both.
Yeah, but I know I like the topic episodes because they're fun as well, and you can just kind of spin your wheels and be like, I remember Blade Trinity. I remember the movie Cellular.
Ryan Reynolds' little beard. Do you remember his little beard?
I do actually,
Yeah.
yes. And that's the show.
That's right.
That's how we do it here.
That's exactly right.
Papow.
Folks, papow, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for telling a friend. Thank you for lying to a friend and getting to listen to the podcast.
I agree.
Thank you for leaving a nice review. James, you got a
I
nice
got
review?
two nice reviews here. This is from Dorks of All Trades who says, literally the only good podcast. Seriously, it's the only thing I listen to. Why would you listen to any other podcast? Why would you Westworld any other book? It's like you don't even have a crush on Maid Marian. Put this in your brain and leave it there. And this is another 5-star
Great
review.
points, all great
I agree.
points.
From Tyler is here. I'm getting old. So it's nice to see some people as cynical as I am. Hang loose, bras, from California.
Whoa.
Hang loose. That's cool that you're doing that.
Yeah, I'm doing hang loose.
He's doing hang loose, everyone.
double hang loosen.
I don't even know that's legal in most states, but that's okay.
Are we that cynical or are we just keeping it real?
I don't know, man. I don't even. This is just it.
Yep.
Don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
Well,
Anything else?
folks, if you want to get into
I've
contact
just
with
got
us-
a heading here.
Oh, go
From Comic
ahead.
Movie just came up. It says, because I checked this while you're doing this.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead director Zack Snyder says he's always wanted to make a pornographic movie. All right.
Underneath it says, the tone of his voice suggested he was joking, but we've decided to take this literally and put it in a headline. Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to weeklyplanetpod at Gmail, at Facebook, at Twitter, at Bandcamp. You can go to planetbroadcasting.com. You can sign up
right.
to the fantastic newsletter from the great Rob Collins. He's at Rob Collins on Twitter. He's at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. He's got 2 accounts.
How does he
That's
do
more
it?
than we have.
Is he allowed to do
I
that?
don't think so. I think it's a crime. I'm going to report him to Twitter police.
I'm going to
at
contact
Twitter support.
the authorities.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter, and on Instagram, I'm Nick Maso, NickMaseEAU. James, you're Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere.
I certainly am.
You can also go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group. You can get in there. You can have some fun chats about all kinds of fun topics. If you're like, man, I'm bored,
I am.
we get in there.
All right.
Folks, if you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. You can chuck in a buck.
That's right, that's
Any
right.
amount, we very much appreciate. You can also go to the Amazon affiliate link in our episode description. Click through if you're stuck at home, you want to get some stuff delivered through Amazon. Do it through our link. Why wouldn't you?
That's right.
You can also go to bigsandwich.co. Sign up there for $9 dues per month. You get all kinds of bonus podcasts and movie commentaries and all kinds of things. Early videos. Oh my god,
It's crazy out there.
sick!
Do you agree?
I'm obsessed with it.
He's obsessed with it. Yeah. We're probably going to do Indiana Jones, the first one.
Yes.
So that will be probably next week.
Because the Phantom
Phantom's out.
commentary's out, and
Done,
we're
yeah.
like, this is like a B-list Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we just do the Indiana Jones movies?
Now we
So,
are. We're doing at least one.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, like we said, next. Oh, sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say next week, Quiet Place 2.
Oh, that's right.
I know people saw that clip of Emily Blunt being like, stop asking me about being Fantastic Four. Did you see that?
I didn't see the clip.
Apparently, in like the wider context, it was like it wasn't
Yeah,
an
yeah.
aggressive interview, but that clip is just like everyone's asking me this. Stop asking
Oh,
me
get
about
right. Wow.
fucking Fantastic Four.
Yeah, nice.
So there you go. Anything else, Mason?
Folks, we've got some T-shirts on tpublic.com. Search for The Weekly Planet. Thank you to The Brute and The Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. Next week, Quiet Place 2.
That's right. Also, these go up a day early at bigsandwich.co, like
right.
a full day early, which you might have mentioned already. But there you go. Nice. All right, thanks for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. It's really cool that people listen.
It is cool.
Genuinely.
I think it's very cool. Grab that gem, folks. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Hey, James, what do you reckon about this?
What? That really bright light?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
shining
like
in your
it.
eyes. What do you
It's
think
too
about
bright.
it? No, I'm shining it.
I'm closing my eyes.
Nah, but you have to open them eventually.
I'll never open them.
Huh. See who wins this standoff.
If only I had my
No, I don't like wasting the power, so I'm going to turn it off.
Oh, that wasn't a trick.
No.
Throw it on that graphics card pile. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.